Chelsea, I found an interesting article today from a source I've never used before, so, let's take it with a grain of salt, but it's interesting nonetheless. This is a website called ZME Science.
Okay.
And the article was written September 25th, 2023 by Furman Coop. And the title of this article is Archaeologists Discover a 500,000-year-old wooden structure and it's not built by Homo sapiens.
Who the hell is it built by?
Well, we'll get there.
Okay.
500,000 years ago, much earlier than it was previously believed possible, a human species was using wood to build structures, according to a new study. The research report on the dig of well-preserved wood at the archaeological site of Kalambo Falls in Zambia, dating back at least 476,000 years and predating the evolution of Homo sapiens. The researchers said stone tool cut marks on the wood show that early humans shaped and joined two logs to make a structure, likely the foundation of a platform. This is the earliest evidence of the deliberate crafting of logs to fit together, as evidence for the human use of wood had been limited to its use for making fire, sticks, and spears. Wood is rarely found at ancient sites, as it's usually rotten and disappears. However, the permanently high water levels of the Kalambo Falls preserved this precious specimen. The finding also challenges the view that Stone Age humans were nomadic. At Kalambo, these humans would have had a long-lasting source of water and enough food to settle down and build permanent structures. And I just want to interject a little bit right here. They keep using the term human, despite the fact that they said this predates Homo sapiens. It's because it's likely a pre-ancestor of humans. So like Homo erectus as opposed to Homo
that's
sapiens.
what I was assuming. Do they clarify that in the article?
I don't think so, but I just thought I had to make that understanding of what they're saying.
They specifically said it wasn't Homo sapien, though, did they not?
Yeah, they did.
Okay.
Because
so
Homo
clarify.
sapiens didn't evolve until, I believe it was 300,000 years ago, maybe 200,000 years ago. So Homo sapiens didn't exist at that time, yeah.
Okay, so they indirectly said that.
Yeah.
Okay.
So the wood found in Zambia was too old to be directly dated using radiocarbon techniques. Instead, the researchers at the University of Liverpool and Aberystwyth University used a technique called luminescence dating, which uses the last time minerals in the sand near the finds were exposed to sunlight to determine their age. That's interesting. Never heard of that.
Yeah, that's crazy.
This method allows researchers to go back much further in time and gives, quote, a glimpse into human evolution. Jeff Duller, one of the study authors, said this in a news release. Using luminescence dating, Duller found that the structure was 476,000 years old. They also dated 4 wooden tools found in the area, such as a wedge, at 324,000 years old. So that's a huge gap, 150,000 years.
Yeah.
The researchers don't know which ancient human species made the structure and the tools, but it's unlikely to have been Homo sapiens. The earliest fossils of Homo sapiens found so far date from 300,000 years ago and were found in Israel, Dole told CNN. So there you go. He believes the people who have made the structure were cognitively sophisticated, and it would be very exciting to figure out who constructed this. Kalambo Falls is located on the Kalambo River, above a 235-meter waterfall on the border between Zambia and the Rukwa region of Tanzania, at the edge of Lake Tanganyika. The area is a candidate to become a World Heritage Site from UNESCO for its archaeological significance, and it was first excavated in 1960 by Professor John Clark. And a quote to finish this off, I believe this is from Duller. Our research proves that this site is much older than previously thought, so its archaeological significance is now even greater. It adds more weight to the argument that it should be a United Nations World Heritage Site, said Duller, hoping to continue making discoveries in the area in the coming years. So that's super interesting. I believe we knew that Neanderthals and Denisovans were both tool users. However, pre-ancestors to humans, pre-Homo sapiens, like Homo erectus and previously, I had never heard that they were tool users. So that is very interesting to find out. And to find something dated that far back is huge.
Yeah, that's a really cool article. And I just quickly, because I never heard of luminescence dating before, I quickly Googled it. And just a quick search on it tells me the accuracy of this technique is about 10%. So, yeah, just wanted to say that. But very cool nonetheless.
I am going to hope that a professor...
Yeah,
and I do hope that a professor that's using it is confident in it and knows what he's talking about to be able to confidently say it's 476,000 years old.
It could be off by about 90%.
Turns out some kids built it last year.
Man, was it shitty.
Yeah. Wood was already rotten. Kids are not good craftsmen. And I think it's super interesting if that does actually lead to somewhat reasonable estimations of age. Like, it does solve the problem of you need matter that can be carbon dated, mostly carbon, to be able to carbon date things. So there's certain things that you like to unearth, and you're like, how old is it? And there's just no carbon present, say like stones.
Yeah.
So you can't tell when things were actually carved.
Yeah.
So
yeah, that's
couple
you
interesting
look to
things.
Something else. How else are you going to tell how old it is?
Yeah. But that's probably enough on this. You guys are now educated enough and better than the rest of society for at least 48 hours. At that point, you will come down to the average, or possibly below it, in fact, until you get your fix of Journey to the Fringe.
Yes.
So please tune in for your own sake. Bye.
Bye.